Are we ready to go?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is the latest version of Cura. The history is that Cura is the slicing software developed by Ultimaker, and every 4 to 5 to 6 weeks there's a new version. 3.2.1 is what we're on right now, and any day now we'll see a beta release of the newest version, and within a couple of weeks the beta version will go to general availability. So I'm going to click on Edit and clear the build plate, and the part will disappear. So in Cura, here are my settings and things I have control over on the right hand side. Up at the top I have Ultimaker 3. Cura works for many different printers, including all models of Ultimakers, so you can choose your model and change it with the drop down menu. We're going to stay on Ultimaker 3. We have 2 extruders. In extruder 1 we have, well, we've said green PLA, but let's put that back to what we actually have, which is, click on Ultimaker. So I can say PLA and it will go to, I'm going to discard my changes, and it will go to generic PLA. But I can also go down, click on Ultimaker, then PLA, and then it will give me all the colors of Ultimaker PLA available. So I can be very specific and say, for this model, I'm printing in silver PLA, and that will show up, it'll load. So now we have silver metallic PLA. We're printing with the AA print core, and if I click on extruder number 2, it'll switch over. The material is PVA, the water dissolvable support, and it's printing with the BB print core. So now my extruder settings are good. I'm going to bring it apart. File, open recent. I'm going to bring in this pie earring. It loads the file. I click on it, and now icons, when it's not clicked, icons are grayed out. Click on the part. Icon number 1 is move this around. So I want to slide it back and forth. If it's something that I wanted to raise up and down, but this is automatically going to put it back on the bed. Grab the front arrow and I can move it. What's happening is every time I complete a move, this Cura slices it automatically. So every time I make a change to my model, within a few seconds it's sliced and it's ready to be saved. And that means it's ready to, it will be converted to a G-code file, which means it's prepared, it can be loaded into the printer. Back on the left hand side, the second icon is scale. So if I choose uniform scaling, if I make a change to 1, so this is at 100%, if I put in 200% and enter, now I have a 200% pie earring, automatically sliced and ready to go. I can unclick uniform scaling, and then I can stretch this any way that I want it. Third icon is the rotate. So I'm clicking right now I'm going to click on the part and click my right mouse button, and I can turn the build plate around to get a view of these rotate rings. With my mouse scroll dial, I can zoom in, and a great feature they added to Cura is that now that that's out of view and very big, I press the shift key, the left mouse button, and I can pan. So I can bring my earring into view. So once again, and let me add, up top, I have view icons. So very quick, front view, top view, side view. Again, back to the isometric view. So if I get lost in moving things around, I can always click on this, get back to normal. Right click means I can rotate this. Shift key and left click, I can bring it up to where I can see it. So now the part is highlighted and the rotate rings are, so if I wanted, I could raise this up. That seems like a crazy way to try to print it. but I also might want to just twirl it around. So that's what the rotate icon is for. And then there's one more. So this is one of a pair of earrings. So we're going to do this. We're going to go back to scale, make this 100% again, 100%, then go to file and bring in another pi earring. So I have 2 earrings. Now I'm going to click on this part and go to my 4th icon, and I'm going to change this. So now I have a pair of earrings. Again, I highlighted the part, I clicked on the mirror function, and that's how I can do a flip. The last item here, this is for custom settings only. So say I was trying to do an experiment and I wanted to print 2 earrings with entirely different settings, I would use this 4 icon per model settings, so I could choose independent settings for each part of the earring, but only when custom is clicked. If recommended, these are the standard settings. If recommended is clicked, per model setting is grayed out. So very simple to use. When you get started, you'll probably be using these recommended settings. So here's how I change the layer height. This means 0.06, this is the finest model. It dramatically increases the print time. So to print these little earrings, 1 hour and 10 minutes at 0.06 with 20% infill. But as a rule of thumb, the smaller the part, the higher the infill should be. So printing earrings, they should be practically solid. Otherwise, there just won't be much to print. If I printed these at 0.1 millimeter, the time drops from 1 hour to 44 minutes. If I print them at 1.5, which is still an excellent print, the time drops to 28 minutes. And if I print them kind of as an average print at 0.2 millimeters, the earrings drop down to 22 minutes at 80% infill. So that's a crash course of using Cura. Now, here, you have 2 options. Save file. If I had a flash drive, it would say save to removable drive. But if you choose save to file, that means you get a browser window and you can choose any folder on the removable drive. If you just hit removable drive, it'll put it on the root directory of the flash drive. Make sense? So we'll cancel that. We'll leave this alone. Our earrings are finished, so we're going to scoop back over. So our earrings are done, and if we let this heated bed cool down for just a moment, we should be able to just twist those earrings right off. Again, we didn't use any glue to print PLA. We'll let them cool just for a moment, but the prints are done.